Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This is the first of what will hopefully be many videos covering hardware maintenance and repairs. So if you're interested in learning how to fix and upgrade your own PCs, make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future uploads. In this first episode, we'll cover the step-by-step process of replacing a PC's power supply, including removing the old one and installing a new one. The power supply is essential as it provides power to all the components inside your system. Over time, the original unit may start to fail or struggle to keep up with the demands of the parts you've upgraded to. Luckily, they're fairly easy to replace. All you need is a replacement unit and a screwdriver. But before we get started, always ensure your PC is powered off and unplugged. This is important for two reasons. Firstly, it's dangerous to work on a live PC, and secondly, static electricity can damage components. To avoid this, wear an anti-static wrist strap and discharge yourself before starting. I also recommend placing a metal object, such as a screwdriver, inside the PC case to further dissipate any static. Now, we're ready to open up the PC. Start by removing all the screws at the back of the case. These are the ones that hold the side panel on. Once all the screws are removed, gently but firmly slide off the panel. Some cases may have additional screws or clips that need to be undone to remove the side panel, so pay close attention to how it's attached. With the side panel out of the way, you should see all the internal components. Among these is the power supply unit, or PSU for short. It's the component that provides power to all the other parts inside your PC. The exact location of the PSU depends on your PC case, but it's usually located at the top or bottom. Our PSU is at the bottom of this case and is screwed in with 3 screws. Remove these and carefully detach the power supply from the case itself. Be careful not to pull too aggressively on the cables and risk damaging the connections. The next step is to disconnect all the cables that are plugged into the PSU. There should be one large 24-pin connector for the motherboard, a smaller 4 or 8-pin connector for the CPU, one or more SATA connectors for your storage drives, and a PCIe connector for your graphics card. Depending on your setup, there may be additional cables, such as USB 3, front panel connectors, and Molex connectors for things like optical drives. Take note of where each cable connects so you know where they go when it comes time to install the new power supply. Now that the power supply has been disconnected and removed from the case, we can install the new one. Line up the mounting holes of the new power supply with those in the case itself, and then secure it with the appropriate screws. Pay attention to the direction the fan is facing. It's usually best if it's facing downwards or towards the back of the case to help with airflow. Once secured, we can now reconnect all the cables to the power supply. Again, make sure to use the correct cable for each connection and that they are properly seated. With the power supply fully connected, we can now close up the PC case. Slide the side panel back into place and screw it in using the same screws you removed earlier. At this point, you'll want to double-check all your connections before powering on the PC. Now that everything is connected, it's time to power on the PC. Do this by pressing the power button at the front of the case. If everything works, you should see the motherboard's BIOS screen. If you're lucky, the new power supply will allow you to boot straight into Windows, in which case, you'll see the desktop instead. Either way, this means the new power supply is working correctly. That's it for this video. We've successfully replaced the power supply and got our PC working again. Remember to always unplug your PC, wear an anti-static wrist strap, and take your time when performing any hardware changes. Don't force anything, and if you're unsure about something, it's best to leave it out or ask for help. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please leave a like. If you're interested in more hardware-related content, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below to let me know what kind of hardware issues you'd like to see covered in future videos. Thanks for watching.